Somewhere along the way, summative assessment turned into the final boss level of your curriculum. You know the one, the giant test, the multi-page directions, the thing you spend 2 hours writing, students spend 40 minutes panicking over, and you spend the rest of your weekend grading while questioning your career choices. And the worst part, it still doesn't clearly show proficiency. This video is worth your time because I'm going to show you how to write a summative that takes 10 minutes to create, 10 minutes for students to complete, and actually tells you what they can do with the language. No museum of standards, no essay length directions, no grading spiral. Just clean, honest evidence of communication. This is hard because we were trained to believe that summatives are supposed to prove everything. All the standards, all the vocabulary, all the grammar, all the effort, all the learning since August. So we build these giant assessments that look impressive and feel responsible and quietly drain our soul. Here's where most teachers mess this up. They try to show too much. Summatives don't need to be comprehensive. They need to be accurate. So let's start fixing that. So stop treating summatives like a curriculum museum. You sit down to write your summative. Before you type anything, ask one question. What is the one proficiency target I care about here? Not 3, not 5, 1. Interpretive reading? Great, that's it. Everything else sits this one out. You physically resist the urge to add, oh, and maybe I'll check writing too. Nope. You are not curating an exhibit of everything you've ever taught. You're checking one skill. You write that at the top of your page. This summative measures, and say what you're measuring. And don't let yourself drift. Once you do that, you notice something else you've been doing that makes summatives heavier than they need to be. Stop over-prompting. You look at your directions. If they are longer than the task, we have a problem. You shorten them to 2 sentences, maybe 3 max. Because if students have to decode your directions in English before they even get to the task, you've accidentally created a reading comprehension test about your assessment. Short prompts reveal more proficiency, not less. You say things like, read the passage, write what you understand. Listen, explain the message, respond in Spanish. That's it. And once you stop over-prompting, there's one more trap we fall into. Stop grading everything. You decide before students even take it. What is the one thing I am scoring? Comprehension, clarity, fluency? Pick one. You ignore the rest like unopened emails on a Friday afternoon. You are assessing communication, not effort, not vibes, not handwriting, not how cute their sentences are. One thing, that's it. And once you realize how much lighter this can be, you're ready for the part that actually makes this work every single time. This is where the magic happens. And by magic, I mean systems. Because once you have a system, you stop reinventing summatives every time, and you stop accidentally turning them into novels. Here's where teachers get tripped up. They think new summative means new format. It doesn't. You design a summative that has one task, one mode, one output. Interpretive, read this and explain what you understand. Interpersonal, respond to these questions. Presentational, describe the situation. That's the whole assessment. You are physically handing students one task on one page. If they can explain, interpret, or respond meaningfully, congratulations, you have proficiency evidence. Right about here is where teachers start thinking, wait, it can really be that simple? If that's you, drop a comment, because yes, it can. And now that the task is simple, you make it even more effective. You use the same style of prompt every time. Students aren't surprised by the format. They're only deciding what to say. For example, write what you understand. Explain the problem. Describe what is happening. They've seen this before and they know what to do. Anxiety drops, output goes up. You are removing confusion so you can see language. And now you protect this from spiraling into something bigger. You set a timer for 10 minutes. And when the timer ends, the summative ends. You don't add one more question. You don't sneak in a bonus section. That's how summatives turn into novels and grading turns into resentment. The timer is your guardrail. And once you have this working, the real challenge isn't writing the summative. It's not relapsing into old habits in October when things get busy. That's the final piece. Because we all know how this goes, you start the year with good intentions, simple assessments, clear focus, and by November, you're writing multi-page summatives again because this one is important. Here's how you stop that. You keep the format. You change the topic. Same template, new content. Your brain likes this. Your students like this. Your future self loves this. You aren't reinventing the wheel every month. You are running a system. And you want to grade it immediately or not at all. Same day or next day. Anything after that is how summatives multiply like gremlins after midnight. You sit down after school, you grade the stack in 20 minutes, and you're done. No emotional backlog. You make one rule for yourself. If it takes longer to grade than it took students to take, it's not a 10-minute summative. It's a cry for help. And when you look at everything you've done here, it's incredibly practical. You stop making summatives prove everything. You use a repeatable structure. You protected your time with a timer and a rule. That's how this becomes sustainable instead of another good idea that fades by Thanksgiving. If this made you rethink how you write summatives, hit the like so other teachers can find this too. Subscribe if you want more CI and proficiency-based ideas that make your assessment life easier instead of heavier. What's the longest summative you've ever written? Be honest. Drop it in the comments. If you want ready-to-use CI input you can build assessments from all week, check out the CI Survival Kit and take our CI Proficiency Quiz. Then click the next video YouTube is showing you on the screen right now because it pairs perfectly with this one. Happy comprehensible input!